Hello everyone, and welcome to my corner of the world, and welcome to card 4 of the Magnolia Lane Double Wonder card class. It's called a double wonder because we're using two pieces of designer series paper, and we cut this into 6 by 12. And you're going to basically choose two that have got different patterns so that you can kind of mix and match and build up your design. You will have received the PDF which has the information about each of the cards, and this is the one for card number 4. Has some supplies and some step-by-step instructions, but it's intended that this video kind of is your main source of information. Now, if you would like to make more of these cards, in the back I have put the cutting instructions for this 12 by 6 piece of designer series paper, and all you do is pick out a couple of colors from your designer series paper for your card bases, and there you go. This card class was designed so that you could use any stamp set that was in your stash, or ones with greetings, I mean. And so in your kits, you're going to have your card base, and you're going to have 2 pieces of white card. The larger one goes inside and the smaller one is on the outside. You're going to have 4 pieces of designer series paper, and then a label for stamping your greeting. And you should find a couple of extra labels in your pack just in case you have to do a do-over on your stamping. So the first thing that we're going to do is you're going to take the smallest piece of card, and then you're going to lay out your pieces of designer series paper. Now you'll find that mine might differ slightly from yours, but they've all got the same sort of color combination. So you're just going to work it until you whatever way that you like your whichever way that you like your layout. I'm going to go with that one, and then I take each one off individually, partly because I forget otherwise which way I was going to do it, and partly because then I can line up for the to make sure everything's spaced. So I'm going to just position that one in that corner, and I haven't pressed down ever so hard because I might just need to just do a little bit of smooshing up in a moment. So I'm just making sure that this and this and this and this margins are all equal. There we go. And then we're going to go for this one. Okay, and again I'm just making sure that I'm getting a nice even border on all 4 sides, and then my final piece. I think I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for a few moments while I stamp my greeting. Now, I have chosen to use the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. In the samples I've shared with you, I use the thanks and the hello, and these ones I'm going to go ahead and use the thinking of you. And I'm also going to use this flower here to do a little bit of stamping inside my cards. But you're going to choose a stamp set out of some stamp sets or some greetings out of your stash, and I'm sure you have a flower somewhere that you can use as well. Now, if you did my earlier class, my May class, online class, This stamp set was featured, and if you chose that option, you will have this in your collection. And also in your kit, you'll find this little gauge. And if you just open up your stamp set, this actually is the same size as the labels that I've given you in this class kit. And if you just lay it over your stamp like this to see if it will fit, everyone in this box actually fits this gauge, but you can use this on any of your stamps that you have. And if it fits in this aperture, it's going to fit on the label that you're going to do your stamping on. So I am going to use Early Espresso. This is one of my favorite neutrals, and it goes with anything, and it's certainly a lot softer than black. So I'm just going to stamp on my little label, and then with my flower I am going to stamp on the piece that goes inside my card like that, and close that up so I don't get my elbow in it. And I've also stamped on my envelope as well. So move all that out the way. And we're ready for the final assembly. So my insert I'm going to add here. Now this card, number 4, is kind of a bonus card. It uses the last 4 little bits left over from the designer series paper. So you're going to just be making one of this design. Okay, so I'm just going to put some dimensionals on the back, and again you're going to use these from your stash, and then a couple on the back of my labels. All right, and then just get the backing off. That. And I was going to say, it doesn't really matter which way you put it up, but I've got some flowers and some leaves, so I need to make sure I do put this the right way up, like that, and then put my little label on there. I'm just going to plop it right in the middle. So there's the card finished. I haven't used any additional embellishments. I've left that to you, for you to go through your stash. You might want to put a piece of ribbon on there. This is the Petal Pink organza ribbon. If you've got some pearls or some rhinestones in your stash, you can also use those to just put the final touches if you want to do a bit of extra embellishment. So there you are. I hope you've enjoyed this set of cards. I certainly enjoyed working on them. And don't forget to look out for the other videos if you haven't done cards 1, 2 and 3. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you, and bye for now.